Good day, RGV. Today on Valley por Vida, we're talking about different types of water sports that we can try out over on South Padre Island. We're also talking about the history of water sports in the Olympics, how to choose one that works for you, and we'll meet the team over at Point Isabel ISD to see what their students are looking forward to. Plus, tips for your health and so much more. The show starts right now. Hi there, and thanks again for joining us today. I'm your host, Danielle Banda. So here's the thing, okay? We always tell you about all the exciting things that there are to do in the Rio Grande Valley, but perhaps some of the most family fun adventure-filled days can happen over at South Padre Island specifically. There's actually one place that allows you to enjoy the bayside each and every time you cross that Queen Isabella Causeway, and partaking in the various water sports that they've got to offer allows you to really enjoy all the marine life that we have in our amazing sparkling waters of the Laguna Madre Bay. We're talking things like fish, turtles, stingrays, and jellyfish, among other sea life. And whether you're interested in kayaking, trying out standing board rentals, or something else, they've got something that allow you to experience our SPI waters in a way that you've never done before. Now, there are also a lot of benefits to water sports, okay, including positive health benefits, and on top of it, just, of course, being fun to do. So let's go ahead and check out some of the different island activities that you can try out with your family.
Hi, I'm John Lee Vasquez. I'm the manager for Bayside Water Rental. We're out here on South Padre Island where we do water rentals. We got electric boats, kayaks, tandem kayaks, paddle boards. We even have a 15-foot paddle board that people can rent out and families can come and they can really get close together and get away from that virtual world, shut off them phones and get out in the water, get a tan, get close to the sea life. When you're out here, you can see turtles, stingrays, dolphins, black drum, redfish. There's all sorts of things out there. Needlefish. We got pelicans. The brown pelicans are amazing. You can even, when families come out here to South Padre, and visit us, you can rent various items for us, like when y'all can get on a kayak or a paddleboard and a boat, and dock it down, bring that ice chest, put it in there, and you can even fish off our kayaks, like they're all angler kayaks. With the rentals, we have life vests. We give you some oars if you're on the kayaks or paddleboards. We have that one-on-one instruction, and we guide you and let you know the do's and don'ts. When you come visit us. No, it's super easy to use a kayak when you come, and it's super simple. You just get out there and start paddling. It's not like a longboard. When we'll give you instructions when you go out there, or when you're on the paddle boards. You just want to kind of be on the side. That's the only difference when you're rowing from the kayak to the paddle board. You just kind of stick to the side of the paddle board and bring it in with you. But it's super relatively easy. Anyone can do it. So if y'all want to come out for a day, come have like y'all's time, boyfriend and girlfriend, husband and wife, mom and dad, you can get on together on a boat, get you a little quiet time, get on a kayak, y'all can fish together. We got the tandem kayak. So if you're coming with a family on a boat, we usually put 4 to 5 people, but we can always break it down to various items. Like, if you're a large family, we can get you on 2 boats, or we can get you one boat, a tandem, or a kayak, paddle boards, and then y'all can switch between on the water. You can even anchor some of our paddle boards down, keep that ice chest on if you want to cruise by up and down. So we do like to focus on safety. If you guys aren't really good at swimming, it doesn't really matter. We provide you guys with life vests, and we help you guys. Like, we give you one-on-one instructions, so that way if you're new to kayaking or paddleboarding, we help you out and we give you those instructions to help you along the way, and you relatively learn quickly. In a few minutes to be out there, on your own. Might be a struggle at first, but right after those first few minutes, you get the hang of it and you're on your way. And we're always keeping an eye on you so we know you're safe. So if you're struggling, we can send someone out to assist you. And we want you to have fun and be safe out there, you know, first and foremost. And we also have a little bit of a shallow area, so if you're afraid of the deep water, even though you got that life vest on, we can assist. We'll point that out to you. We'll show you how to read the water, and we'll always be keeping an eye on you and make sure that you're safe out in the water so we can get you guys back home. Oh, if y'all need more information, you can find us on spifund.com, SPI Fund, all one word, or you can find us on Bayside Water Rentals on Facebook.
And as we mentioned earlier, there are actually a lot of positives that come with water sports and water activities, and there are interesting aspects of water sport history too. So let's swim a bit deeper into that. So according to kidsconnect.com, a lot of us, people use water sports not just for fun, but in various survival environments. The site says that there have been years and years of history where water sports allowed humans to navigate various rivers, seas, and oceans to stay alive. And apparently the oldest water sport in history thus far is diving. The site outlines that people used to only dive really to find pearl oysters, but diving later became an activity with different categories for purposes and eventually became a water sport in the Olympics. It also outlines that water polo was a sport that was not only really fun, but allowed people to compete as well when it was brought back to London back in 1873, which is very interesting. And according to the site, some of the very first types of water sports were some that we still know about and love to do across the world today. Categories include swimming, sailing, water motorsports, canoeing, rowing, wakeboarding, and more. Rowing was actually one of the first being introduced as an Olympic sport back in the 1860s. And then wakeboarding and swimming soon followed in the years to come. And since there are so many different types of water sports out there, it can be difficult to choose which one you want to try out, right? But the site has just a few tips for that too. It says that we should first determine whether we're looking for something that's a team sport or something that we can compete in individually. That's step one. Then it says we should look at the rules and regulations for the sport to see if we can identify with them all and see if we're eligible or able to do them. We also have to determine whether we want to pick a water sport that's technical and requires equipment, like surfing, or if we're looking for something that essentially utilizes our physical bodies as our main tool, like in swimming. It's also a good idea to make sure that we're actually interested in the sport or really think we could be interested in it. Otherwise, it says we'll end up wasting time, money, and a lot of other things. It's just not worth it if you think that you'll be forcing it. Lastly, it outlines that we've got to make sure that our individual body type would be a good fit for the water sports. So we've got to consider our physical stature as well as our known talents, skills, and abilities. And for some of the early water sports that we mentioned, they allow you to exercise a lot of your disciplines and your skills. And kayaking alone has a lot of different categories. There's surf kayaking, whitewater kayaking, marathon, freestyle, polo, race, ocean race, and even sprint kayaking. And snorkeling also has different categories, including plain snorkeling, full face mask snorkeling, and even bog snorkeling. So there are a lot of different ways that you can engage in the sport. And the same thing goes for wakeboarding, in that there's regular wakeboarding, then there's cable wakeboarding, wake surfing, and even wake skating. And in rowing, there's steep rowing and sculling, and in windsurfing, there's freestyle windsurfing, speed windsurfing, foil windsurfing, Super X windsurfing, and even indoor windsurfing. Lastly, rafting isn't just a one-way does it type of sport either. Nope, they've got sprint rafting, head-to-head rafting, slalom rafting, and even downriver rafting. And near the island, of course, just over the causeway, is good old Port Isabel. There's actually a lot going on at Point Isabel ISD specifically, and staff are excited to announce all the great things happening, specifically for this year and next year's compensation plan and how exactly it's going to benefit our students. So our team dropped by their campus for some insight.
We are so excited that our students are able to participate in enrichment activities. So throughout the summer series, our kids have participated in numerous enrichment activities such as coding, 3D puzzle making, art. They have been creating beautiful art pieces on canvas. Culinary, they've been cooking and enjoying some numerous dishes that they've never tasted before, and not only get to taste, but be able to participate in creating them.
We're so happy to see what's to come for all the students at Point Isabel. All right, well, now it's time to take a commercial break, and then we've got to look at your local weather updates. But stay tuned, because Valley Puerto Vida is going to be right back. And we'll speak with a medical professional about the unfortunate growing rate of obesity, specifically in the city of McAllen. But don't worry, we'll talk about different things that we can do about it. We'll also speak with the CEO of South Texas Health System to learn about upcoming resources and events that we can look forward to. Plus, we'll have tips and tricks to implement into your life when it comes to your health. All of that and more after the break.